It's all to remember, this day is all to remember about that and to speak about that, to inculcate in our minds and in our spirits and in our thinking that we are all human beings, we are all equal. There should be no bias, there should be no inequality, or we belong to one Almighty Allah, and to Him we shall return. When He does not make any kind of discrimination or distinction, who we humans are to create such kinds of walls. So this is what this Human Rights Day is all about.
प्रोफेसर जावेद साहब, वो शायद यहाँ पे नहीं है इस टाइम, इन एब्सेंशिया। प्रोफेसर सजाद साहब, डॉक्टर तौसीफ साहब, तारिक साहब, कैसर बशीर साहब, distinguished faculty members, student speakers, and dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before we start today's deliberations in connection with the celebration of World Human Rights Day, I feel it a great honor to welcome and extend all warm greetings to all of you present here in today's program. I, on behalf of the principal of this college, and I, on behalf of myself, welcome organizing members of today's program, Dr. Tawseef Saab, HOD Islamic Studies, Professor Javed Saab, HOD Urdu, Professor Sajjad Saab, HOD English, Professor Kaisar Bashir Saab, NSS Program Officer, Tariq Saab, Department of Computer Applications, for their dedication and hard work in the conduction of today's program. I, on behalf of the organizing team of today's program and on behalf of myself, welcome student speakers who will throw light on today's program. Dear audience, today's program comprises of two segments. Number one, intra-college seminar on human rights under the themes dignity, freedom and justice for all, and rights of women as enshrined in the Indian Constitution. Number two, slogan cum poster making competition on the theme women empowerment. This program, in connection with World Human Rights Day, is being organized by the Department of Islamic Studies, the Department of Political Science, Department of
इस पर अमल करते रहे हैं। यानी उन्होंने साबित किया कि इंसानी हुकूक एक नज़रियाती बात नहीं बल्कि एक अमल के ताल्लुक में इंसानी हुकूक माने रखते हैं। वो कोई और नहीं बल्कि आपके, हमारे और सबके आंखों के नूर हमारे प्यारे मोहम्मद मुस्तफ़ा अहमद मुस्तफ़ा रहमत लिल आलमीन सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम हैं। मेरे मुस्तफ़ा ने पूरी दुनिया उन्होंने पूरी दुनिया को एक तालीम की आज़ादी, राइट टू फैमिली, ख़ानदान का हक, राइट टू इक्वलिटी, मसावात का हक, ये बेसिक राइट्स हैं, ये इम्पॉर्टेंट राइट्स हैं। लेकिन आज बदकिस्मती की वजह से 21st सेंचुरी में भी इंसानों को, जिनको अल्लाह ने अशरफुल मखलूक़ात का दर्जा दिया था, आज भी ये हुकूक हासिल नहीं हैं। और इन सब के ज़िम्मेदार कोई और नहीं, वक्त के हुक्मरान हैं, वक्त के जो रूलर्स हैं, वो इस चीज़ के ज़िम्मेदार हैं। उन्हीं की ये रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि वो लोगों को जिस टेरिटरी पर वो रूल करते हैं, उस टेरिटरी पर उनको हुकूक हासिल।
Women are played active role and agents in society. In every service, in every section, it is done due to the constitutional provisions who make them superpower and given rights. Above all, if anywhere discrimination lies, that is our ignorance and illiteracy. So that in society, so that if we fulfill their rights, and women also know their rights, women live in society free and happily. So, women must need to gain information, her rights and regulations. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Farah.
Declaration and WHO's constitution assert that health is a fundamental human right for all people. The right to health. There can be no dignity, freedom and justice without health for all. The right to health is about ensuring that everyone, everywhere can access affordable, quality health care, and the realization of other human rights, including food, education, housing and access to safe water and sanitation. Everyone is entitled to the right to health regardless of race, color, sex, language, gender, disability, sexual orientation, ethnicity, geographical location, religion, political or other opinions, nationality or social origin, property, socio-economic or other states. The right to health means the right to control one's health and body, including the sexual reproductive health and rights of women and girls without interference. Violence, including gender-based violence, is always a violence of right to health and can have serious health consequences on the lives of women and children. The right to health means leaving no one behind. This means that all persons should have access to health services without discrimination, including on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity and expression. The right to health means ending discrimination in all settings. This means supporting national and local authorities in addressing racial discrimination and related health inequities. The work includes integrating human rights, equity, gender responsive and intercultural approach to guide public health policies and ensure that communities experiencing racial discrimination have access to comprehensive, culturally appropriate and quality health services. Thank you.
Rights to women, ensuring their well-being and dignity in the society. It safeguards a woman's life and offers them leverage in legal battles. Now I will mention some constitutional rights that are enshrined in Constitution of India. Equal opportunity. Article 16 of Indian Constitution offers every citizen equal employment opportunities without any discrimination on the basis of caste, religion, or any other. Article 39 of Indian Constitution ensures that women and men have equal rights to educate means to livelihood. It also directs equal pay for women and men if they work equally. The fundamental duty under Article 51A asks every citizen to be respectful of their choices and ideals of women. reserved seats for women. Article 243 T3 and Article 243D provides reservation to women in municipalities and panchayats.
There can be no peace without justice and respect for human rights. Most worthy Vice Principal Ma'am, respected teachers and my college fellows, Assalamu alaikum to all of you. As you know, the seminar is on Human Rights Day. Human Rights Day is an important international day commemorating the adoption of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Every year, on 10th of December, the United Nations General Assembly observes the day to remember and draw people's attention to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Human rights are the main focus of United Nations, and there can no way to ensure the world peace without them. Declaration of Human Rights is a document that spells a person's right to life, right to security and liberty. These rights ensure freedom from discrimination in its all aspects of life. Human rights are the basic rights we have to ensure our safety and protection. They are universal, which means they apply to everyone, without exception of race, gender.
Next speaker is Ifat Nazir, a student of 6th semester. She will speak on rights of women.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Ifat Nazir and I am here to speak on the topic rights of women as enshrined in the Indian Constitution. Women and girls represent half the world's total population and also half of its potential. As far as the case of our great country is concerned, gender equality is a fundamental human right enshrined in Constitution. And to talk about its inequality is a pressing and burning issue. In spite of constitutional guarantee of equal rights, decades of legislation, some deep-rooted discrimination still takes a heavy and brutal toll on women's lives. Despite rapid economic growth and advancement in all spheres, gender disparities remain there. Our first Prime Minister of Free and Republic India has said, "You can tell the state of a nation by looking at the states of women. There, you can tell the condition of the nation by looking at the condition of its women." Before actually jumping into that, what are the rights for the protection of women are, it's very important to understand that what is the status of women in India. As we all know, India is one of the few countries where males significantly outnumber females, and this imbalance increases over time. And in this male-dominated society, women were not able to take their own decisions. They were limited only around their household works and undertaken the responsibility of their home and family members. Of this country, used to say this country
and children under the Legal Service Authority Act. Women and children are entitled to free legal aid under the Constitution of India. The Directive Principles of State Policy contains duties of the state to apply these principles, which making laws. These principles state that the citizens shall direct its policies to secure that citizens, both men and women, equally the right to an adequate means of livelihood. Equal pay for both free and compulsory education for children and duty to enforce public health. I would like to conclude my brief speech with this statement that human rights to the rights that are simply because we exist as human beings. position or authority that these universal rights are inherent to
human rights. Right to life and liberty, freedom from slavery and torture, freedom of opinion and expression, right to work and education. Human rights are the basic rights and freedoms that belong to every.
सोने दो अगर वो सो रहे हैं गुलामी की नींद में, सोने दो अगर वो सो रहे हैं गुलामी की नींद में, हो सकता है वो ख्वाब आज़ादी का देख रहे हो। इंसानी हुकूक का आलमी दिन हर साल 10 दिसंबर को दुनिया भर में मनाया जाता है। 10 दिसंबर 1948 को पहली बार अक़वाम मुत्तहिदा में इंसानी हुकूक को अपनाने का ऐलान किया गया। इंसानी हुकूक का दिन मनाने का मकसद लोगों को आगाह करना इंसानी हुकूक के बारे में। इंसानी हुकूक में सेहत, माशी, समाजी, तालीम और ज़ात या बुनियादी हक जिनमें नस्ल, ज़ात, कौमियत, मजहब के बारे में पूरे इंसानों पर जुल्म न किया जाए बताया जाता है।
हज़रत आयशा रज़ियल्लाहु ताला अन्हा जिन्होंने जंग की क़यादत की थी, न सिर्फ क़यादत की थी, फतह
not sitting on the rows and to listen different speech, but to know the value of one's life, to know the basic rights of human beings, and to know the purpose of life. And at the very end of the day, we have to admit that all the humans are born free and equal, with equal dignity and equal rights. Every one of us deserves dignity, freedom and justice. I hope most of you, in fact all of you, will start to love the people around you, whether they are abled or disabled, rich or poor, black or white, beautiful or ugly, smart or dull, and so on. We should not only fight for our own rights, but also for those who are weak. We should fight for those who feel helpless. We should fight for those who are not getting justice. We should fight for those who are being discriminated in the various aspects of life. We should fight against brutality, injustice, inequality, discriminations, violence and oppressors, and so on. I want to mention few lines for those who murder equality and justice. हम अमन चाहते हैं मगर जुल्म के खिलाफ, गर जंग लाजमी है तो फिर जंग ही सही। जालिम को जो ना रोके वो शामिल है जुल्म में, कातिल को जो ना टोके वो कातिल के साथ है। Our hope for more just, safe and peaceful world can only be achieved when there is universal respect and love for the inherent dignity and equal rights for all the members of human family. May God have mercy on all of us and may He show us the right path and the real purpose of life. Thank you. This was all from my side.
एक ही कलर है।
This session belongs to the distribution of certificates. Said Shazia. Bafsi sahab, madam ke liye help thoda bafsi. The next certificate of appreciation goes to Saqib Sarwar, 4th sem student. Irfan Ahmed Bhatt. Ifat Nazir. Rehana Imtiaz. Tahir Riaz Khan. Mudassir Naik. Kulsuma Banu. And the last certificate of appreciation goes to Danish Hayaz Tantri. Well,